This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So Valary, I never thought about it like this before, but we're kind of like the mafia. Our family business is kind of like the mafia, right?
We're going to need to elaborate.
We're going to need to elaborate. Yeah, I mean, like we're sure we're real estate agents, but it's a family business.
True. Good point.
You got to be in the family, to be a member. Anyways, that was Matt's joke. I stole Matt's joke. But anyways, on the show today, we have my lovely wife, co-founder of the Made for More real estate team, Miss Valary Jennings. Valary, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
You have a glow about you. You want to share for those who can't see you in person what the glow is?
Yes, we are due with baby boy number 2 in a couple days, actually. So.
I love how you include me in that, like, weird do. Like, I have something to do in the next couple weeks.
Are you not going to be there?
Yeah.
Are you going to give her a thumbs up? Texting her, how you doing? Is he here yet?
I am not the biggest fan. I am not the biggest fan of the whole birthing thing.
You're not? Why not? This is exciting. It's awesome. I was beside my wife for all 3 of our kids. In fact, they even invited me to be in the tub when she had the baby. There's where I drew the line. I was like, no, but it's exciting. You don't think it's great?
It is, but so this is only our second child, right? We haven't had a whole lot of, experience here, but seeing her go through that pain and all that stuff, it is just, I am not comfortable with it.
But that's why you got to be there to help her alongside.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a very...
I like the old classic way where the dude's sitting out smoking a cigar and then they're like, hey, come on in, meet your kid. I'm like, okay, that's good for me. That's good for me.
Do you think it's beneficial to have him beside you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you like me there?
Yeah, 100%. Otherwise, I'm, by myself.
I could see that being lonely.
One of the things that my wife really appreciated with me is that I counted down the contractions. So I told her, hey, babe, 15 more seconds, and it's going to end. She appreciated knowing that it was going to end.
That's helpful, yeah.
You would like that?
Well,
learn how long the contractions are, how long they should be, and then encourage her, hey, you got this one. That's what helped my wife. She said.
I'm also super squeamish. I didn't used to be this way, but
I'm taking your man card after the show.
I know, right?
So we've talked before about how I gave blood, actually plasma, to help pay for Valary's diamond ring, right? I was like, okay, just hook it up. We're doing this twice a week, every week for a long, long time, and it wasn't a big deal. But now, you try to stick me with a needle, I'm like, I get woozy and I'm going to pass out. So I don't know what changed between now and then, but that's another thing because it's not exactly like the most. I don't know. They're not right. They don't come out wrapped up in a clean blanket, ready to go. They come out plugged in. You know.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard it put that way.
They're 100%
plugged in. Yeah,
there we go.
Absolutely.
They're plugged in, and I got. It was called catching. Mm-hmm. So I was the catcher.
Oh, that's cool.
For Jack, for our first.
Did you cut the umbilical cord?
I did.
See, that's cool.
That was crazy. I had no idea. I thought it would just be a little clip.
Did you go through health class in 5th grade?
No.
Okay, see, that's the problem.
Through it, probably.
You missed that class.
No, but when I was cutting the umbilical cord, this is a sharp, whatever it is. It was like scissors. But I had no idea. I was bearing down it was a piece of rope.
Yeah.
Have you ever cut rope before? I had no idea. No idea. But anyways, one of my favorite all-time photos of Valary is right after Jack was born. So imagine being a new mother, you've heard all your life, hey, I'm going to grow life, and then all of a sudden she gives birth to this new life, and then I grab him and I put him up on her chest immediately, and her face is just one of utter surprise. She's got this surprised look, and she stayed like that for almost a minute. Mm-hmm. And so they were able to capture a photo of her because she was just shocked that, oh my gosh, this moment that I've been thinking about for my whole life just came true, and I have this little life. And it was you're tearing up over there.
Oh my gosh, stop.
It was special. It was special. Matt, where did your wife give birth?
We gave birth at birth. My wife's children all had water births. So they were all born in the water. And that way my wife didn't have to take any of the epidurals or anything, which she didn't want to do.
So she did it without any painkillers?
Without any painkillers.
Ooh.
And the water helped. And she had 2 at the Davis Birth Center, and then she had 1 at the California Birth Center in Rockland.
No kidding.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. The construction was not completely built yet, so they had to deliver a tub to our house. So she actually had Ruby, our daughter, in her bedroom.
Wow.
with our other 2 kids watching. And it was great. It was awesome because that night she got to sleep in her own bed and just hold the baby. And it was cool. And the next night I had an event and it was just cool.
That's wild. So
I think that's the way it's supposed to be. Have you guys watched that show, The Midwives? That's one of my wife's favorite show. It's about...
We don't have TV, so...
Oh, that's
Sorry.
right. You don't?
No.
Oh, good for you. Wow, you're better than all of us.
No, we're just out of touch with pop culture.
Well,
Yes.
anyways, it's this show about midwives and how babies used to be born that way for the most part. You didn't rush to a hospital to have your baby. Someone would come to your home, or maybe it was just the husband or someone or a neighbor, and they would help you deliver the baby. And it's just interesting, those stories that come about from that. And so this is kind of what we're kind of going back to the way it used to be, A lot of the doctors at the birth center say having a baby is something just natural. It's supposed to be something just natural that happens. It doesn't need to be this huge, procedure per se. It's just something that women are born to do, and it just happens naturally. And you need a little bit of assistance, especially if a problem happens, if there's issues, you want to be able to have a hospital nearby or a medical professional. I
have a friend, and he said, are you going to deliver in a hospital? And the friend was like, my wife is pregnant. She's not sick. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have to take her to a hospital, a sick factory.
Right.
Right.
So that's interesting. California Birth Center. That's where we gave birth to Jack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so Valary, it's a super. Valary, why did you pick? Because we're talking about it, and we're not the ones actually doing the work here. Why did you want to go that route?
I just ultimately never wanted to be in a hospital setting. Like you said, it's not like a big medical event, right? It's just something women naturally do, is have a baby, right? So I wanted I don't have a lot of experiences with hospitals, and just has always kind of felt like an uncomfortable place to me. So I was looking for an alternative, and happens to be right down the road from where we live. So, it's super convenient, and everybody there is amazing. It just feels like a really comfortable space to embark on becoming a mother.
Yeah, it's less like a number.
Yeah,
is how I would describe it.
It's more like family. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is number 2.
Yeah.
Is there anything that makes you nervous about growing your family to where it's 2 kids now instead of just 1?
Time.
Now you're equally matched. Time.
Mm-hmm.
Time. Yeah. So because again, we're in the family business, right? We got our little real estate mafia thing going on, and it's just like, Valary, like, what were you doing last night? Like, when would you say you went to bed last night?
Most nights, like as moms know, we do bedtime and bath time and everything with the kids. And then after that, it's usually like work session number 2, and kind of wraps up around 9 or 10 o'clock if I'm lucky. So
Yeah. So that's kind of the cadence there. And so it's a bit of a challenge. I mean, people who are in the industry, like other real estate agents, other real estate professionals, they'll know around 7:45, 8 o'clock. Oh, little one's down, right? People who have families, they know that's the second work session. So
phase 2.
Phase 2. So that's the challenge there.
So then, what would your recommendation be for other realtors out there, other people in the business, of how to juggle being a real estate agent, or most real estate agents do own their own business. They're entrepreneurs per se,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
They set their own time schedules. What's your recommendation for those? How to juggle social life, family life, and their job, which can be a 24/7 situation.
So it really depends on the person's, like, where they are in the life cycle of their business. If they're brand new, there's not going to be a whole lot of balance there. And Valary can chime in, but we don't really believe in balance. It's like balance. It's like, it's a rhythm, right? And so when you're newer, the rhythm is faster. It's faster paced. And then as your business grows, the rhythm can kind of become a more steady cadence rather than that fast, like doing open houses all the time, showing property all the time.
So when you first start out, it's going to be high pace. It's going to be your life until you get to a level of success where you figured out some kind of rhythm and you're not as anxious, or, you don't feel that pressure to really be active all the time.
Yeah. But there's also, like, go ahead, Gorgeous.
I was just going to say, also being willing to accept help too. I think a lot of real estate agents like to wear all the hats in their businesses, and they want to do every single job as an entrepreneur. But if you're able to delegate, and, even with childcare too, sometimes, like, you just have to give and take a little bit. So sometimes having someone watch your kid while you go on a listing appointment, it's just, it's something you have to work into your schedule, is asking help from other people.
Yep. And that's true. I think that's true for just about anybody with a kid. But now we're going to have, with the second baby on the way, there'll be more help needed.
Yeah.
And then I heard, so right now we're man-to-man defense. If we have another kid, we're going to have to go to zone. And so that'll be a whole new journey for us. But so what Valary has planned out is we're giving birth you're giving birth to the baby, sweetheart. And then we
do that part.
And Valary's going to do that. And then, family will come around. And then we also have these great, have you ever heard of doulas before?
Yeah.
I had no idea. This was a totally new concept to me. But what they're going to do is we're going to have people there to help out during the day. So the grandmas will be there during the day with baby Ben. That's going to be baby number 2. We're going to have Jack and Ben. And then in the evenings, the doulas will come in. When do they come in, sweetheart?
Well, they work the night shift, and I think what a lot of people think of traditionally as a doula helps you just during birth.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought. So you're teaching me something new.
Yeah, so it's called, most doulas offer this, but they call it postpartum doula services.
Right, sure.
So they'll come and they'll even do daytime, whatever schedule you want. You just have to hire them ahead of time, obviously. So this time around, we're going to have them come in the evening and just help out with night support, because those of you that have had a newborn before, they're up all night as well. So that's the plan.
Yeah. So Valary is, you're going to do breastfeeding, right?
Yep.
And so for a lot of moms, that's I just sleep through the night, whatever, man, I'm out. But with the doulas, what they're able to do is they're able to bring the baby in. Hey, baby's hungry. Valary feeds him. Then they change him, wrap him up, make sure he's not
that's
in
cool.
an unsafe situation. And they'll actually sit in the room with the child and just make sure that he's safe, so that Valary can get some good sleep and not worry about what's happening with the baby. And then they'll make breakfast in the next morning and then clean up and be out of there. So
nice
doula services. But I think you're 100% right. Asking for help is what agents need help with. Because so many agents suffer in silence. They don't know the answers to the contracts. They don't know the answers to, hey, how do I get a buyer to realize that this is the best move for them? How can I communicate? How can I communicate with the seller? Vendors, hey, I don't have a good person to help with staging or photos or repairs. Yep, you're 100% right. It comes down to support.
Yep.
So if there's agents listening right now, maybe they've been in the business for years and decades, or maybe if they're brand new and they're trying to figure out this balance, they still haven't reached that point where they feel like they're successful, and that it's harder than it is for other companies like yourself. You guys would love to take them on, right? To help steward them a little bit and show them some different strategies that you've been successful with over the years.
Absolutely, yeah. So we consider ourselves a launching platform for agents. So whether you're new or you've been doing this for a while and want to take your career to the next level, we can help you launch your career to that next phase. Just reach out to us. We don't take everybody, but we are always open to a conversation. And so if we're a good fit for you and you're a good fit for us, we'd love to help.
Cool.
All right, and we'll be right back.
Well, hey, if you're listening to today's show and you're thinking about putting your home on the market, there's nobody better than Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Living. They're going to get you the most money possible in the fastest amount of time. The process is smooth and easy. And hey, if you feel like your home is just not ready yet, there's home improvement projects to be done, but you don't have the time or the money, Johnny Jennings and the Made for More Living team can help out. Again, just reach out at madeformoreliving.com, madeformoreliving.com.